Hey sis, hey, I am super excited because this is going to be, let me just keep it real with you. This is going to be the third take of episode 1. Isn't that a shame? Let me tell you why. So, let me just start off with why Hey Sis Let's Chat was developed, or why it was created, why I created this platform. This platform was created out of the sheer need for me to, far as I was concerned, heal sisterhood. Okay, because I found out that some of the experiences that I was having in my friendships, the experiences that I saw growing up, it wasn't just unique to me. And I always found myself in a situation where I'd be having these repeated conversations and chats with women about, their fears about sisterhood, their trust issues with other women, the cattiness that goes on with women, unfortunately, and all of the things that we sort of need to do to get it together. And the truth is this: I thought about starting Hey Sis Let's Chat years ago, literally 5-6 years ago. When I had my daughter, I thought to myself that I wanted to leave a good impression on and leave my mark in the world when it comes to sisterhood. I want to make sure that I didn't just talk about it on the side, that I was being about it. And here's the other truth. It took me some time to do mindset work. It took me some time to really hone in on accepting my own gifts. I was afraid to be me. Okay, can I just keep it real? Can I just be vulnerable for a minute? I was afraid to really, outside of my, people who know me know that I've always been the good sis with the good advice. And I've always wanted to look out for others. I've always wanted to help people get through their problem or solve their problem. And sometimes that advice was unsolicited. It was just me giving my opinion. But I've always been told, girl, you give the best advice, right? So I was always this person who, first of all, gave good advice, and second of all, never really took it. Come on now and admit that some of us are the sisters with the good advice, but we are not the sisters that take the good advice. We really don't always apply our own advice to ourselves, right? Okay, I might be speaking to myself. That's fine. You don't want to admit it. That's fine. But, and secondly, let me get back on my train of thought. I was fearful. I was fearful of branching out. I was fearful of doing something new. I was fearful of rejection, what people would think, all of the above. And the truth is, I am so happy. Today is actually 1 year since I've started Hey Sis Let's Chat officially. And I could not be happier because, first of all, hand clap for sticking to commitments to ourselves, right? Because a lot of times we make commitments to other people and we will break our necks to stick to commitments to everybody else, but we just don't do it for ourselves. And I am super proud of me that I took this time to follow through with what I said, to break past my comfort zone, to get on camera, even though I'm a talkaholic. I'm a talkaholic, but it's just getting on camera and doing it for the world to see. That was scary, especially in the world of social media where everything needs to be just so. I mean, let's keep it real. You can't even find out what you having if you're pregnant without it being one big show. And you know what? Blessings to those who do that and do it well. But I have to admit, I'm just not, I can if I want to, but I don't know if I like all that pressure. You know, I like to keep it simple. Like you can see now. I mean, for those of you who can see, sorry. If you want to see me, come to my YouTube channel, podcast listeners. But I find this to be very simple because I was able to just do this for, my space. But that's what I like. I like simplicity with a little bit of splash of, extraness. But I found that in this social media world, it's not always, you have to find your space. And this whole year, have been finding my space. And had I not launched, had I sat back and worried about what people thought of me and sat back and worried about who would receive me and who wouldn't, I would not be here. And I am giving myself a hand clap because I'm proud of me. I am really, truly proud of me. Back to fears. I had to do so much mindset work in dismantling all of the things that I told myself about myself. I told myself that I was, not that good of a speaker, that I had to first get all of these lessons first so I could stop saying and ah, and you know what I mean, like what I'm doing now. Right? I told myself that I needed a special camera. And here I am recording on my phone. Right? It's not perfect, but it is what it is until I can do better. And that's the thing. A lot of times we just want to run to the destination. We want to get to the success like now. Okay, like like yesterday. Like get me where I need to go because I am sick and tired of waiting. And I'm with you, sis. Like I just wanted to get to come on, give me 10,000 followers. But the truth is, what really comes with some of that? A, sometimes you're not even ready. And B, what you thought it was is not what it always is. Now, I don't know yet because I didn't get there, but I'm on my way. But I say all that to say it's the journey that we just don't want to take. We want to get to the destination. We want to get there and we want to get there now. And this has been a lesson in crawling before you walk. This has been a lesson in self-belief, really strictly being my biggest cheerleader for myself, because that's another thing I want to touch on. A lot of times we want to, we're waiting for our friends and this whole support system, this whole team of people to show up. And even if they come and even if they're there, you cannot heavily depend on that. Okay, you cannot heavily depend on that because what happens is, I'm sorry, I'm just fixing the camera. What happens is you become dependent on other people's praise. And when they stop, you stop. And I know for myself that God has isolated me so that all of the love that I have given to everybody, I could just step back and give it to me. So I want to encourage you today, sis, if you have been sitting back on something it is you want to do, whether it's go back to school, what it is you want to go to school for, whatever it is you want to do, stop worrying about how many people are doing it already. Stop worrying about looking like you're copying somebody when you are just simply being you. And step away from copying somebody if that's what you feel pressured to do. And remember that you were born and made uniquely to be you. You were uniquely and wonderfully made. I have to remind myself of that too. And number 2, stop depending on the praise and validation of people and learn how to be your own biggest cheerleader. You're going to need that. You're going to need that on the days when the praise stops. You're going to need that. And number 3, and this is the biggest one, because I'm going to tell you the truth. It took me a while to get here and sit down. Even today, I was backing out like 4 or 5 times before doing this video, because I was supposed to do it with another camera. It took me forever just to do this, because I was talking myself out of it again, trying to do things and be perfect at it, waiting for the right time to do it. Just do it. That has been the biggest lesson for me. Just do it. And I'm so grateful that I did. So again, I welcome you to continue to follow me on my journey, as I am my biggest client. I am my most challenging client. I am a mindset coach, but I am constantly coaching myself first out of the limitations that I have. Because how many times do we know people who preach, but they're doing the preaching, but they're not doing the practicing. So I want to make sure that that's not what I am. And I just want to encourage you today to start. Start now. Start with what you have. Start with what's in your hand. Start with what you can do. God has already given you the tools. He has already given you the authority. He has already given you the power and the right to walk in who you are. And this message is for me too. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for your support and your love. And I ask you to stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because I'm going up. And there's no coming back. Bye-bye. I'm just trying to figure out if there was more I needed to add to that.